Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for giving me a voice. I will be talking today about preparation of samples, both in both for measuring and scaling fermentation, both dark and methane, so anaerobic. So methane, so production to methane, so where products is decomposed by anaerobic bacteria into the uh, into the methane or hydrogen when bacteria are usually stressed, and this allows to stop methanogen traffic and process stops of acidogenesis, where besides acids, hydrogen is produced. And my today talk would be based on two norms. First, written prepared in 2013 by National Renewable Energy Laboratory by Dr. Christian Moriarty. And this was prepared especially good for cleaning contaminated land and mine sites in Louisiana. And the other way is based on work which is called Power and Limitation of Biochemical Test, written by Professor Holliger from Switzerland, and both saying from 2020 and 2016 by this Professor Holliger, and both basing of known, similar, and Professor Moriarty proposes anaerobic digestion are very good to recover contaminated on the waste, because contamination of Professor Moriarty gives us substrates. The food manufacturers waste from nursing homes in food waste as good producing material, and the work in case of Holliger, which is work with Professor also over Angelidaki from Denmark, it is showing that the norms of both liquid and solid as preparation for for good material for substrate. And the hydrogen is also produced similarly by which is based on Professor Depraect from Standardization of Hydrogen Potential Industrial Journal of Hydrogen Energy, is very similar. However, norms due to the fact of Tower rule, which says that uh, cannot be in natural pathway. So with oxidase cannot be high efficiency at 33%. The preparation efficient for hydrogen production is 16%. And this is batch methane potential test. And the potential methane is sample preparation. In case of Professor Holliger, sample should be freeze to 10 millimeters. In case of anaerobic digestion by Moriarty, it needs to be produced to side consideration as for heating both and potential as the solid waste should be so 70% batch because Holger is going for batch using. The Professor Moriarty give both batch and continuous. The norm of national of competing because Professor, if the test is going to 85%, is going to be could be used as continuous. The professor but don't say how to make in with continuous because difference of hydrogen retention time. In case in case of preparation, the preparation should be 10 millimeters the waste, and in case of using this in the national risk could be higher because could be even 40 millimeters, so there is higher in case of national energy levels. Then they don't say which inoculum. In case of reality, is say if it's going to for waste or batch or manual as injection. Here is not saying how. Here is by freezing above substrate to 10 millimeters and throwing. In case of inoculum, should be stored for 4 degrees only for 2 to 4 days. If longer, it needs to be minus 20. And in case of substrate analysis, they should be analyzed. The total solids and pH and Kjeldahl, so nitrogen amounts. In case of national renewable energy laboratory, it shows that digested characteristic should be on that optimum of 15% and 5% of potassium and 0.19 as optimal for this. So because the data is going to be useful of some type, the place or Louisiana, to make by food waste and the cleaning of this area from contamination also. In case of Professor Holliger, the work is saying preparation BAP should be for 500 milliliter to 2000. In case is showing not so big test, what size, only that one side should be batch, and the second is to be to second should be continuous. Here in batch, only to the batch from 500 milliliters to 2000 milliliters, and this. And the test batches is positive control and reporting. It should be in the normal temperature in 27 ambient temperatures, 220 degrees Celsius, and 1 atmosphere. In case, and gas measurement should be by gas chromatography, can be used also with thermal conductivity version is the base, similarly to national renewable levels. And now are also some the gas detectors, but are not so fine as chromatography. The conclusion is that we have to 30 or 53. Conclusion is that this is the both the potential and usefulness of measuring of availability if the batch process is fine in giving 85%. In case of percent method is fine according to the Holliger, according to Moriarty is just 60. However, Moriarty work was earlier, and Holliger is 20, last 20, but still is a major. These two works are major determinants if the process research investigated is worth for methane production or not. Similarly to hydrogen, but in case of hydrogen, due to limits, are much lower, so 15%, and it is 15% chance is enough, and the hydrogen fraction isn't still as far 50% or 60 enough, so much lower. So thank you very much for listening to me.